If you suck at Madden, watch this video to the end. This is a $15,000 MUT league, and I'm playing the #2 ranked pro in the world. If I lose this game, my season is over. I'll be breaking down every single play of this game, but focusing on 4 main key points as we go on. So make sure you watch this bad boy to the end, because you want to make sure you get all these points. So, very first play, we end up going with the halfback inside zone right here. And the reason for that is, check out this. After I flip, he flips with me. Good on him. And then his user gets into the line of scrimmage right here. You see how his user is my offensive line is right here, and his user is right in that line of scrimmage, which means he should not be able to shoot this gap very well. I see this, I read this, and I go, okay, we're going to run the ball right here on 1st and 10. I don't mind running the ball on 1st down because worst case scenario, we pick up 1 yard, and I have 3 more downs to get that 1st down. I don't like running the ball as much on 3rd and 4th downs because a lot more fluke happens and it puts you in kind of a bad spot. 2nd and 9, he ends up going with the 3-5 wide defense, which basically against me, he's trying to get this guy to contain, and he's trying to get this guy to contain to keep me in the pocket. I run PA boot over. I'm able to break contain, but then he does a good job of setting this guy right here, forcing me to just throw this ball away. Key point right there, do not be an idiot with the ball. If the play is bagged, throw the ball away. That's okay. Do not force things. You need to win the turnover battle. Do not force things. Right there was an awesome opportunity for me to try to be stupid, make something extra happen. There's no reason for that. We're going 5 wide. He ends up doing the same, looking like the same defense again, so I'm expecting this type of rush right here, right? Where he's going to send, and this guy, these 2 outside guys are going to be in contains, keep me in the pocket. So what do? I'm going to motion my halfback out, and I think that's going to make him go into more of a send 3, where these guys, instead of being contains, are now going to be dropping back into some sort of hook zones. That's what I'm expecting. And so to counteract that, I send 5 routes out. This is a very good route combo. I like this a lot. He ends up sending 3 like I thought, and I end up escaping the pocket. I kind of get a little antsy. I could have just sat there a little bit better, and I end up picking up about 5 right there. That is an example of me being a little bit too impatient on offense, trying to roll out too fast, where I should have just sat in the pocket and had an opportunity to hit my post or hit my drag. I kind of killed that play myself. 4th and 4, though. You're going to see a very similar thing happen right here, where I'm expecting one of 2 things, right? I'm expecting this 5-man right here, or the alternative to that is I'm expecting the same 3-man type rush. So with this, I don't think he's going to double Mabel. So my route combo is a corner route right here, a flat route right here, and then a streak. Basically, meaning that if he's in any kind of standard defense, he only has 1 defender in a flat zone, and both of these routes are going, they're spaced out enough on the left side to where one of them is going to be open for a 1st down. He double Mabels. He has this guy in a flat and this guy in a flat. Meaning this play is now bagged. His user is standing right here over RB. And so I know now, I'm like, okay, shoot, this guy's getting a free release on me too. I go, okay, I have to make something happen. So we're able to roll out. We playmaker RB up. Huge deal right here is this playmaker of RB up. Just watch my running back right here. Watch what happens. Right? Don't mind these circles. Watch what happens. See this little dot right here underneath him? That shows that I have now playmakered him with the right stick going up. His user's trying to make sure I can't run, and he actually clicks on. So now we have the opportunity where we could run with our quarterback right here. I end up throwing to RB, and this is such a big deal because this is a play where he honestly had me bagged. I get into the scramble drill, and I'm able to make something happen basically out of absolutely nothing. A lot of people in that situation are dead in the water. It's over. Their drive just ended. When you're able to extend on plays like that, because he's not going to bag me for the entire game, right? He just won't be able to. So when you're able to extend and get positive yards on plays that you are bagged, it's such a big deal in Madden, and for every single Madden, really ever, if you're able to make something out of literally nothing here. Right here, we end up going PA boot over. There's no contain on this side. I'm able to roll out, and I'm able to hit Y for a nice little touchdown. But you got to think the reason for this is, look, I went no huddle. And then I quick snapped him. He was not able to get his adjustments off. That's shown because, look, he had contained me every single play before this. When he sent 5, this guy did not get his contain off. His user's too far down low. His user's now trying to get me, and we're going to have Y over the top for a nice little touchdown. That type of thing is such a big deal. I love pushing the pressure after a big play. I love hurrying up. Key thing here, defense. He's in gun bunch. What am I expecting here? I'm expecting wheel routes right here, or I'm expecting this point guy to be on a crosser or a deep corner, okay? That's all you're expecting from bunch. That's literally it. If he wants to beat me any other way, that's totally fine. First play, what is it? It's a wheel route, and we end up bagging. I was right. He actually went with both of the routes I said. He ends up going with the deep, with a wheel route right here that I end up using, and then watch this point receiver on this, or rather, it was a tight end that was on the corner route right here, and he was manned up to help to take away that seam wheel that I thought he'd be on. Perfect adjustment by me. Push it to a 2nd and 14. Okay. Now he's audibly into tight slots right here. What to expect right here? Wheel route, crosser, okay? Any good players typically going to have these two routes going opposite sides of each other. So crosser attacking the right side, wheel routes attacking the left side. That will not always be the case, but typically that's how it is. If this is not a crosser, you'll see this go up to the top left on a deep corner route, which is totally fine. So what do? We have this guy manned up. My linebacker right here is manned up onto him to help take away either the crosser or the deep corner. Now, he won't always do a great job, but he does okay. Right there, he actually got cooked. We end up then just using the play, seeing what routes are attacking deep that we don't have adjustments for. Bada boom, bada bing. A big deal is knowing the adjustments you have on defense. I never go crazy adjustments on defense. I run a very simplistic style of D, make very limited adjustments around that, so I know my user responsibility every single play. And so far, you've seen through the first 2 downs, we're able to hold him to 5 yards. A great start for me. I'm happy about that. Right here, 3rd and 5. What's he do? He runs the play that I told you. It's going to be wheel right here. He has a crosser, running back wheel. He ends up throwing the crosser. I should have been there a little bit better with my user. You see me be a little bit hesitant right here. Watch Ben Simmons. Oh, no, actually, not Ben Simmons. It's going to be Mr. Taylor Mays right here. Watch him. I'm coming back to this. He's throwing right here. I'm coming back to it, but I didn't think he'd throw it. If I keep going, I have acrobat. There's a chance I get there. I don't. Justin Jefferson, big gain for him. You need to be decisive. When you're in no man's land like me, there's nothing you could do. Watch again. Watch what my user does. I'm literally in no man's land. I don't think he's going to throw it. Now I'm standing right here. I need to commit to either this crosser or there's a wheel that's just off screen over here. I need to commit to that. Do not be caught in no man's land because at that point, the user is your most important defender on defense. I took my own user out of the play. Didn't even matter. So he's 1 for 1 for 25. I still feel fine on defense. That's not going to, like, the thing is, I'm not going to panic off of that one play. There's no reason to panic. I feel fine on defense, right? Especially, I feel so good on offense. I can afford to let points on defense, honestly. Right here, boom. Great defense. Great. User contain. One thing that you need to be aware of sometimes is the quarterback running. He ends up calling this, it's actually a screen play that they roll out on. My user's going up here. I wasn't sure what this route combo was. I was actually very confused, and then I just start to come down with my user to kind of corral him. He gets a gain of about 4. That's totally fine. We're chilling. Same deal. Look, he's audibling into tight slots right here. He just went from bunch to tight slots. I'm expecting wheel, Y's on a deep crosser, Y on a deep corner route, right? That is what I'm expecting. Now, sometimes you'll be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Just adjust from where you're wrong. Identify, okay, I'm wrong. What is the actual route combo? Look, he ends up running that wheel. And I was just a little slow to get there, but I was right about that, and I'm happy. He's hurrying up now. He's in bunch. You need to get your adjustments off fast. You need to get your muscle memory down. I'm already ready. My defense is set up, and we are actually going to do a decent job, except, again, look at this. This is actually just a great play by him. So what happens here is that my middle third is right here. My middle third is rolling into a middle third like this, okay? So he's going from here to here. This safety is dropping down into a hook into this area, and this guy is rolling up. We then have a flat going from here. So this area of the field right here, very, very open. It's really only open, though, from this point receiver streak. This outside streak is not there, and he just makes a great read. I need to be a little bit better with my user. You see Taylor Mays right here, letting up too much ground. Again, kind of caught in no man's land. Great throw by him, great read, be able to pinpoint it right in between my two deep blues. Touchdown for Noah. Great play. Also, I do understand it says Verdi in the top right. They are friends. They use each other's accounts. I just want to make that clear. I've had that miscommunication before. Look, his user's right here. I would not be surprised if I run the ball right here. I don't know if I do because he's shown. Yeah, we don't actually. And he does not get a contain on me. We're able to roll out, throw B, boom. Able to try to spin, not able to actually make it happen. But hey, after you catch, even on conservative, you can still get that spin. Spin's the best move in the game. You see, he actually tries sending this outside corner at me. Which is not a good thing to do. You'll lose contain, and that's a great example of it. Boom. I try to get that spin off. I'm able to get that spin off. I'm able to get out and get going. 3 for 4 for 92. And now I'm feeling like I'm going on offense, right? He kind of bagged me the first 3 plays, first 4 plays, honestly. But now we're going. User's still in there. Again, he's not getting a contain off on me, which is perfect. I think he's a little bit flustered, able to run a little bit. Take our nice little gain of 4. Look. This is fine. I treat boot over like an RPO read, okay? Because look, my options are as follows. I have the option to throw B, right? I have this option. I have the option to throw Y, and sometimes you have the option to throw X, but not really, okay? So I'm making these reads, but I also have the option to just keep scrambling with my quarterback. And when it's a situation like this where it's like, Y is not open, B is not really open, X isn't really open, you could maybe try forcing that. Just run it, right? Take the 4 yards. It's 1st and 10. That's totally fine. Just get out of bounds. I play on conservative all the time, so I'm okay taking a few hits like that. And that's fine. I'm chilling. That's what he's doing on defense here. Right here, I'm expecting this, right? Contain. I'm expecting this contain right here. Boom, boom, boom. This is a standard style of defense from 3-5 wide. His user's in the gap to help with those contains. We do a little motion out. We're going to try to get him up top right here. We're going to roll. He ends up clicking onto Lattimore. So now my responsibility is to get back up the field and get away from Lattimore. So we're going to cut back in. We're going to cut back out, and then we're going to launch B. We're going to get an ag catch, try to get out. Nice little dance right there by me. But look, I'll tell you exactly what I see right here as we're going through this play, because this is kind of a wild play, and I do not recommend trying to make this type of play until you get to that more advanced level. But this is something that I see, is that he gets clicked onto Randy Gregory immediately, right? He does not want to be here. That means he's trying to, realistically, he was trying to make a last-second adjustment to B, to this guy right here. He doesn't. He's sending this blitz at me, okay? He gets clicked onto Lattimore now. I know he does not have a user. His user is no longer in the middle of the field. I need to get away from Lattimore, so I circle back to get away from Lattimore. Now I see this pocket right here to get back out. I'm going to circle back over to here, and we're going to have B wide open because his user got taken out of the play. Easy enough right there. Here's that play one more time in real time. I want you guys to be able to see kind of how fast this thing kind of happens. And this is something I do not expect anybody to be able to do just right off the bat. Like, I do not, like, this is kind of this is a pretty wild play. I do not expect anyone to be able to do this off the top or right off, you know, until they get kind of used to it. And this is pretty specific to my style of offense. After that big play, we're going to go no huddle. I love this idea. I love the idea of quick snapping right here, okay? I know that he's probably not going to be a good defense. He's probably frustrated as well. We're going to go immediately to PA boot over. And look, I see this immediately. Look, he does not have a contain. There's no contain on this side. And also, he only has 2 defenders over here. His user's on this side. So what can I do? I can circle back with Russell Wilson and make this like a bootleg back to the other side. I sit and stop for a second to look, and then we are out, we're out. We actually end up making one guy miss with a bad dive tackle. We end up going Bigfoot, step out of bounds, size 19 shoes. I'm a little pissed at this point, but it's fine. 1st and goal from the 3. Don't be cute on 1st and goal from the 3. I'm the Kansas City playbook. We have very good plays for this situation. We're going to go some with a speed option, but it's not a real speed option. We're really just trying to take it right up the middle with our quarterback. We're able to get in with big Russell Wilson, spikes the ball with his wrong hand. And that's I see a lot of people get too cute on these 1st and goals in these situations right down here. You don't need to pass the ball on 1st and goal for the 3. That's stupid. That's too high risk. At the very worst, this play gets blown up right here, right? And I know that I'm on a 2nd and goal from the 3. That's fine. Look, dude, he's all into this tight slots again. I'm really only expecting like one play from this. It's a deep crosser. It's a halfback wheel. Always gotta be looking for halfback wheels this year, guys, just for the sake of what Madden is right now. So you see, look, this is a basic thing. We're in a cover 3 shell. He's rolling up top. He's going back. He's backpedaling. He is backpedaling as well. He is rolling into a flat. He is coming over into a flat. And then we have a 4-man blitz. Thankfully, I have one of the best 4-man blitzes in the game, so this will be a pretty high success rate for how much pressure we get for 4. And we have this guy as our rover. Right now, he's going to be manned up onto this cat right here because I think he's going to be in a deep corner or a crosser. Let's see what it is. Ends up being some kind of vertical route. I'm not totally sure. And we do a pretty good job. He ends up launching this right here. Not a good throw. Honestly, a good opportunity for a pick right there, but it's fine. He's 3-4 for 68. But I do feel good on defense. I feel like we're making him have to play offense a good amount, which is all I'm trying to make him do. You will never be able to stop these guys every single play. You just want them to have to be a Madden player for the majority of the game. I hate giving up big plays. I want these guys to have to play good John Madden football for all 4 quarters. Boom, he quick snaps me. But look, I'm right. It's a wheel right here. It's crosser. This is a tight end wheel as well. That's manned up. And so we just have to use it. See, this time I do a little bit better job, but look how low my user is now. He could throw this all the way across his body. He doesn't, and that's what I'm talking about. That is a huge interception opportunity right here. Let's watch it in real time this time. Look, he ends up rolling out, trying to force the wheel. It's good defense. I mean, that's an opportunity for a pick right there, boys. And that's just, I'm running the same defense. Look, I'm really running the exact same defense that we've been running. Exact same defense that we've been running. This time, I'm just a little bit more conscious of this crosser. I messed up earlier in the game, so this time I'm a little bit more conscious, and it's bagged. Now, he could probably throw this crosser. Instead of throwing this right here, he could throw this crosser a little bit later, all the way over here. It's just unlikely he does that. It'd just be a really good play by him. He ends up trying to force this in, and he throws what could be an interception. And this is arguably the best player in the Madden world right now, dude. Like, if he does that, the people you play in head-to-head will do it too. Your buddy Tommy John down the street will do it too. 3rd and 10. This is the first time I actually changed up my defense for this game, like actually in a pretty drastic amount. And we end up going double Mabel. So we have this guy dropping into a 30-yard cloud. We have this purple zone, which is right behind my user, dropping into a 10-yard flat. And then same thing over here. We have 10 yards right here, and then 30 yards. And then we have a cover 2 shell with a 3-rec from our D tackle. We're only sending 2 right here. We're sending 3, actually. Or no, we're sending 2. We're sending 2. We also have this vert hook right here. And this is literally with the sole purpose of just giving him a little bit of a change up to make sure he's not getting too comfortable with us. But honestly, backfires. He ends up throwing an easy laser, and I go, dang, good play by him. Honestly, the same play he's been calling verticals. I really didn't think he'd call it again right there. That was just me being wrong. But if you're constantly trying to predict what your opponent's going to call on offense, you're going to do a lot better of a job. He ends up scrambling up the middle for a good gain of about 10 right there. I don't mind my opponents doing that. If there's anything you want to give up in this game, it's a scramble up the middle, because it's just hard to consistently do it. There's fluke sheds that happen. You have a high chance of being able to force a fumble right there. Good read by him. But honestly, I'm also happy with giving that ball up. It's not a great, like, it's 2nd and 7, or 2nd and 7, right? Gain of 3 right there. But yeah, if there's anything I want to give up, it's this scramble up the middle from the quarterback, just because it's hard to do. It's hard to beat somebody only doing that the entire game. Right there, great user. Honestly, even better play. Great stuff by him. That is a play. It was called speed dig. I was not expecting that. So with my defense right here, my whole thing is that I basically have the middle of the field to myself, right? So what he does is this type of route combo. Let's wait for this little line to go away. He ends up running a crosser right here, which I have to user, and then this outside guy is coming up, and then he's breaking on a deep in route like this. So watch, my user goes to the crosser, and this deep in route is over the middle of the field. Just a great play. If he ends up calling that a lot more, I'm going to have to seriously adjust, because that's just an awesome play call. I like the play call a lot. That route concept is amazing, and I think being able to recreate that type of thing is such a big deal. Basically, it's a basic dagger. That version of a dagger concept is a little bit better, but it's just a crosser with a deep dig. He had a touchdown. He didn't want to force it right there. Opportunity for a pick. Honestly, not great defense by me. He had a couple of touchdowns that he didn't see. I think he was a little bit flustered in the pocket right there, because we were able to, look, we have this shed coming in right here, so he's stepping up, not even looking at the route so much. He does have this touchdown right here, but he missed it. Ends up trying to throw it kind of late. I'm not sure where this was throwing to, because this isn't a very good ball. He might be throwing this. It'd be pretty late to throw it, because John Lynch can make this play. Regardless, though, almost an interception opportunity. And I feel good about defense, dude. We're making them throw balls that aren't great. I'm a little frustrated how this play goes, right? 2nd and 10. All I'm trying to do is keep things in front of us. We play pretty good defense. I'm ready for this dig. This wheel's covered too. Big key point is make your tackles. You have to be able to wrap up and make a tackle right here. Look, boom, underneath. This has to be a tackle every single time. Make it a 3rd and 5 from the 10. A favorable position for defense. I'm happy with that, right? We end up missing this tackle pretty badly, and it makes it into he gets down to the 2-yard line. Making these tackles right here is such a big deal, and in this situation, I kind of get just screwed, right? I go for the tackle, they just literally rub shoulders, rub dicks, whatever, and he ends up getting down to the 2. He's gonna be able to score pretty easily. But that is a big deal, be able to make those tackles. I like that, because we're immediately rolling into our second big deal thing right here. This actually is something I'm terrible about. But against a player like Noah, I need to be conscious. Is look at the clock right here. We're at 2:15 left. I have 2 timeouts. He has 3 timeouts, right? My goal here is to clock this quarter. I do not want him to be able to get the ball back here. And I'm typically terrible about this. I hate clocking. I don't like the clock management side of things. Oops. It's just something I don't like. I like scoring. I like being very polarizing with the way I play. So very first play, we're going to run the ball, right? A little touch pass, get to the sidelines, trying to, or not really trying to get to the sideline, but just trying to get outside a little bit. Really high reward, low risk play. Worst case scenario, we lose a yard. Best case scenario, we're able to break a decent sized run. 2nd and 6, able to take that to the 2-minute warning. 21 on my own 21-yard line. I'm in a great spot to be able to clock this drive out and take the lead. I feel great in offense, so clocking is something that I can do. It's just, it's risky. It's risky, and it's something that you have to get good at, because there's a fine line between playing to clock and just playing to, because you can make bad play calls if you're only trying to clock. And that's something I'm very scared about doing. I feel so good when I'm pushing the ball up the field with a very vertical, high-paced offense that I don't like taking a play off to purposely dink and dunk or something like that. We end up rolling out right here and taking the sack. I actually tried taking the sack inbounds. We get pushed out of bounds. I should have tried to slide my quarterback right there, but it is what it is. 3rd and 7, so now we're in a situation where it's like, okay, now we need to pick up the first down. I'm actually going to go with a nice little route combo here with this deep corner route that I have not shown yet. And what I'm thinking his defense is going to be, here, again, trying to predict what he's going to do, is I think he's going to be sending a 5-man right here, which means he can't double Mabel this side. So if I'm able to roll out and buy myself a little bit of extra time, this deep corner route's going to be open on the top left. You see right there, I'm able to glitch out his contain. And I was right. The deep corner was, we possession catch it, and we're inbounds, so the clock keeps moving. A little bit bigger of a play than we really would have wanted, but again, I'm happy that now I'm pretty much in field goal range, and you're going to see me really try to drip this clock all the way down before snapping the ball right. That's what you have to do. You have to be conscious of that stuff. You have to be kind of smart. There is a very fine line that I'm still, as a competitive player, trying to learn the balance of between clocking too much and calling little bad plays, and then actually handling clock management the correct way. I'm trying to find that balance still. 2nd and 4, he ends up sending this 5-man again, right? Very similar. Actually ends up being, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I know we're going to be able to break contain. This guy does not contain me, so we're going to be able to roll out, roll out, roll out. We're going to be able to high ball B. Look at this. This is an amazing play by him, and it's actually a pretty high level on both sides. So watch what happens late into this play. I know that he has the opportunity to click onto this guy right here and peel up to snag B. So what I do is, because I'm hitting it about right here, like this is a matter of like nanoseconds, right? I end up looking for the high ball to B so he can't intercept it. This is a normal pass to B. Mel Renfro, his new user, is picking this off. I end up highballing it so he can't pick it, and I actually just end up getting it inaccurate. It looks like we just throw it away. But kind of a bad play call by me again. I struggle with the clock management side of things. I struggle with the clocking. I'm not good at the clock, okay? 3rd and 4, trying just to pick up this first down. We end up doing a little flipperooski, trying to get his adjustments a little bit whack. We end up going with a little high-low on the right side with the wheel-flat combo on the left. And we're going to end up having this wheel in this pocket right here. These wheel routes are so freaking good, and I end up utilizing it for myself. And you see me purposely try to stay in bounds right here, right? That is a huge deal. We stay in bounds, and we're at least going to be able to take another 20 seconds on top of this off. So we should, unless I'm an idiot, we should go into half at least up to worst-case scenario. And you're going to see me manually drip this thing off, right? Drip, 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 drip. It's still dripping, still dripping, still dripping. Okay, good. All right, so boom, look, great play by him. Ends up getting a shed right here. Clock is all the way down to about 13. We're just gonna throw it away. 12 seconds, right? No longer worried about clocking. Our whole thing now is, can I score a touchdown in 12 seconds? I don't know. Worst case scenario, I'll go up 2. Best case scenario, I'll go up 7 or 6. We end up all the way into halfback bunch strong, and the whole purpose behind this is really just trying to see if we can catch him off guard. He ends up calling a timeout. Good timeout by him. Really smart. If your defense is not set up, especially in the first half, in a situation like this, call timeout. There's no reason to let those timeouts burn in your back pocket until halftime. I end up doing the same thing though, right? We have bunch right, we end up going bunch left, and we have verticals on this left side right here. This is a pretty high-powered play, and we're going to see X is going to be open right here. We're going to throw it, a good little gain. Calvin actually fights a little bit, gets an extra little oomph. 8 seconds left on the 9-yard line. We have 2 timeouts. Really, any plays at my disposal. We have between 2 to 3 plays. That's really my thing of this first play. I want this first play to be fast-paced, just because I don't want this to be, if it's too long, it'll be the final play. Going with a pretty high percentage play in this situation, a little PA boot over, looking to roll all the way back, and again, dude, like, it's literally all I'm looking at right here is this bootleg back. is this bootleg back. I'm literally trying to make this into RPO, where either I'm trying to take off this way with my quarterback, or I'm trying to take off this way. Look, there's no contain on this side. I see it's some kind of match or some kind of weird, some kind of weird zone. A little man coverage, it looks like, too, with these guys. And we're just going to double all the way back because look where his user is. His user can't get me. There's only really one person who really get me is this guy right here. And it's just a foot race to the sideline. And we're able to get there, which is, it's a beautiful half, dude. Like, being able to finish a half like that is such a big deal. It's where so many games are won and lost. We are only up 5, so we're going to go for the 2-point conversion to see if we can't tie it or get a 7-point lead. End up going with the speed option. Get it. Easy money. Great half, dude. Especially considering he starts on offense. Worst case scenario, we end this drive down 1 because he's been going for 2, right? And it's the same defensive philosophy, dude. Like, there's no reason to go crazy trying to mix things up. It's this guy made up onto the tight end. He doesn't run anything with the tight end. He had this corner out. He didn't throw it. Ends up rolling out with Derrick Henry for a gain of, what, 1, 2, which is fine. I have to take into account that I just let that corner out, and he probably saw it late and didn't want to force it. So I go, okay, I just need to make sure I don't let that 15-yard corner hit me again, because he'll probably go back to it at some point in this drive. Ends up ulting me into tight slots, which, again, is simple, right? Worry about this, and this, right? Boom, 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 boom. Maybe a little cock and balls too. Why not? Sure, right? Okay, here we go. Derrick Henry. And I mean, it's just simple adjustments. There's no reason to go too crazy with everything. He had an opportunity for a touchdown. My adjustments were off, and I saw that too. I don't know if you guys did rewatch that bad boy, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. Thankfully, he didn't have a streak on that side. I was opposed. 3rd and 1, though. Good opportunity to get off the field here. We're going to go a little bit more aggressive with the defense, trying to play a little bit more underneath. He ends up flipping into tight slots, ends up flipping into our flipping tight slots now. And we're going with a little 2-man, right? Or yeah, we end up with a little 2-man. I don't hate this adjustment. What I hate is that my user didn't. I tell you guys what the play is, right? I tell you guys what to worry about from this formation all the time. And it's literally these crossers, right? He ends up going with the halfback Texas route, which is bagged. And then a crosser, I'm too slow to stay up with the cross. I let it wide open. That play's bagged, honestly. And there's a chance that realistically probably runs for the first down. But I end up just not paying attention to my user, and that's what happens when your user's lacking. He ends up picking up a big gain on 3rd and 1, where, I mean, when you get someone to a 3rd down, like, that's such a lock-in down, because 3rd down leads to 4th down, and 4th down leads to a stop. Ends up throwing the halfback right here, getting a little spin move. Got to make your tackles, boys. Got to make your tackles. He turns a possible 1 to 2 yard gain, right? What is this right here? Right, he's at a 33. We have an opportunity to tackle him at the 35. He outspins me and turns it into a gain of about 4 or 5 when it could have been a gain of literally nothing, right? That's a big deal in the long term of every single set of chains. All the way again into the tight slots. And you see basic defense right here. He has opportunity for a streak right at the seam. He doesn't do it again. We end up using this crosser this time. Throws it underneath. Good little check down by him. And because it was only a 5, we let the 5-yard check down. I'm typically fine with that. But because we didn't tackle on the play before, this could have been a 3rd and 5 right there. But now it's a 1st and 10 because we didn't tackle on 1st down. All these plays play into each other, right? Every play is its own individual entity, but every play also, you know, if I tackle right there, it's 2nd and 10, which makes that 5-yard gain a 3rd and 5 instead of a new set of downs, right? So just something to think about right there. Ends up going with this tight end corner route. Honestly, pretty good defense. He ends up throwing underneath this this little whip route. You're going to see CD Lamb right here, number 89, end up going with this little whip, which is just a good play. Great read by him pretty early on. And he's able to get a good little rack. That's just a tough play. One that I really don't. That's not in like my list of plays where it's like, okay, I need to stop this play. If he wanted to keep hitting me with it, I would adjust from there. But until he really does, I'm not too worried about it. He's even running inside zone. Typically, that's what they do from this. I end up getting a bad shoot, but our CPU comes in. Taylor Mays with a big hit. Tony Pollard, 2 rushes to 2 yards. Second goal from the 7. This situation. So hard to score down here. This is where you can really kind of lock in and say, okay, I'm going to play bend, don't break until 10, 15-yard line, and now we're going to lock in. Second goal, kind of bad run stick. Big hit by John Lynch, pushing it to a 3rd and goal from the 2. You've got to get your run shoots down, and something that I honestly pride myself in, and I was a little bit behind on right there. Because again, if I shoot that correctly, I can turn that from a 3rd and goal from the 2 to a 3rd and goal from the 6. That changes all of his play calls as well. Every play, like I said, is its own individual entity, right? You have to be locked in every single play, but they go hand in hand. If I stop him to a 3rd and goal from the 5, he might not call this same play. Let's see what he goes with right here. And I'm in position looking to shoot this gap. He does pass the ball, and he just takes the sack. D, right? Look. Actually, we'll just keep going. No reason to even focus on that play too much. 4th and goal from the 9 now. Huge opportunity to get off the field. Huge opportunity to win the game right here. Let's see what happens. ends up going audibling over into the tight slots. You got to be expecting wheels right here. And so I kind of go lackluster on defense. He throws that wheel. I was hoping, I have this guy in a hook right here. I was hoping this hook would play this wheel because this guy's on a flat, and he doesn't. Good play by him. Really good play. Those wheels are so high powered this year if you're not using wheel. Look, I thought this guy would play him a little bit better. He doesn't. Close, but he doesn't. Touchdown. Good play by Noah. Now, Noah's been going for 2 this entire game, so he's down 1 right here. He's going to go for 2 again, though. He's in the tight Y off again. And look, he's going to do a quick little check down onto Tony Pollard. Look at the wrap-ups right here by these two. Just this one, like, this is making tackles. It's such a big deal. Keep the 1-point lead. We're in an awesome spot now. He's kicking off. I feel like I'm one of the best offensive players in the world. So I should just be able to get 7, go up 8, put myself in an amazing spot. Now, there's a decision to be made here. A lot of people in my chat were telling me, because this was live streamed over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. Civ, that Civil, clock. I don't want to clock here. I don't want to play conservative here. I want to push this ball up the field. Worst case scenario right here, I should go up 8, right? If I just play offense, worst case scenario, I should just go up 8 points and make him have to answer with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That's exactly what my mindset is right here, so I don't want to clock. We're going to circle back, glitch out his contain. Look, right here again. This play, like, I have so many different reads on this play, and right here, right from the start, the very first read I've told you guys is, can I get out this way? Can I get out over here? Look at this angle from this defender, leaving this pocket right up here open, okay? And that's exactly what we take advantage of. First play. Now, with that said, while I'm not trying to clock, or I'm not trying to only clock, I will say in that situation right there, right? Okay, let's chew it down, right? Let's stay in bounds. Let's keep the clock moving. But I'm not play calling with the intentions of clocking in this situation. Some people say you should, right? Because ideally, I could score with 1 minute left. My biggest goal here, though, is to just score. In general, you see this clock moving right here all the way down to 5, 4, right? And then that's kind of how I try to treat a lot of my clock management, which isn't always the best thing to do in the world, right? We end up calling it inside zone here. That was kind of a clock thing. But it was also, look where his user is. I always like inside zone right here. 1st and 10, I don't mind wasting a run play on 1st and 10. And it takes us to the 4th quarter because we're underneath, right? Game clock at 25, play clock at 27. I don't mind that. Although, like, again, there's a fine line that I'm trying to ride. Because right here, the next 3 downs to me are no longer clock downs. I'm just trying to get that 1st down. First play in the 4th quarter, 2nd and 8. 5 minutes left in this ball game. We're hanging on to a 1-point lead, trying to keep our playoff hopes alive against NoahUpNxt, one of the best players in the world. And we're going to go with the same combo. Look, we did this on the right side, or on the left side earlier. This time on the right side. And right here, I get scared. I should have stayed in bounds and tried to slide, but I was more worried that they wouldn't give me the slide animation, so I just tried to save myself and get out, because my number 1 goal is to protect the ball as well. I should have just slid a little earlier, right? But I was genuinely just scared that sometimes you get pulled out of that slide animation and you will fumble. Again, hindsight, like, I should have just tried to get down a little bit earlier, but I didn't want to risk fumbling. Clock management, I'll keep on saying it, is not my strong suit. 3rd and 4, we're going to go PA boot over again. And look, all we're trying to do is, can we roll out this way? Can we roll out this way? Right out, that's our first read. Let's go. We can roll out this way. You see no contain right here. We're able to bubble this around. And look, the 1st down, I mean, this is an easy 1st down, right? I also have the opportunity to throw X for a touchdown. I'm a little bit afraid. Look, so risk reward for this is that I can throw a touchdown right here, right? But I'm on the run with Russell Wilson. I don't have the ability to throw on the run. I could miss this throw and make it a 4th and 4, which could lose me the game ultimately. Also, he would get the ball back pretty early. Also, his user is going into that vicinity, right? Like, look where his user is. Like, there's a chance with a bad throw he could somehow make a play. I end up just taking it right up the middle, and I slide. This time I'm able to slide inbounds, which is what I'm trying to do, and we are going to be clocking through that. You see Russell is tired right now, which is frustrating. So what we're actually going to do from this is I don't hate the idea of just subbing your quarterback out for a play. On 1st down, I use that as kind of like a gimmick kill down, whatever. And I don't hate the idea of subbing him out. Just give him a breather for a play and run a low-risk, high-reward run play, right? So what we're going to go to is this jet pass from tight slots. He sees that Geno Smith is in, so he's going to press. He's then also going to run commit. We are able to take this jet sweep all the way outside, and it's an easy touchdown. Geno Smith with a passing touchdown right there because it counts as a pass, I believe. Big key is don't overthink in this situation. Watch what happens right here. We're up 8. My whole goal should be to just make him have to work this drive. Don't let the big play right off the bat. Don't let him do something, right? Don't let him just easily get down the field. What do? I go cover 2 on the right side. Cover 2 with the 10-yard flat on the right side. You have not seen me do that this entire game. That was not blown coverage. That was just me being an idiot and overthinking and just think, like, this is the play he's been running the entire game. This guy's going to be right up the right sideline. He answers right back. I suck at the game. Now, what's surprising is that he actually kicked the extra point. I thought he was going to go for 2. He kicked the extra point. So I'm up 1. He onsides. Basically, he's trying to say that he'll get the ball back to end this game because 4 minutes, 3 timeouts he has from the 43 is hard for me to clock. And he probably knows, too. I don't like clocking. But my mindset is, again, if I'm able to score 7 points, go up 8, I'm in an awesome spot. So I'm just trying to score. You see him in a different defense now. He's in big nickel over G. When I see this, I'm expecting this type of blitz right here off the edge with these 2 now slot corners. And that's exactly what we see. But I also know there's no contain right here, right? I'm looking, can I go this way? Can I go this way? This time, no contain right here. I can see he's not in contain. We're able to actually cut all. I could have actually went right. But look at this. It's actually a next level read that I didn't even think I did right here. Watch my halfback. Watch Roger Craig, how he takes on this block right here. He cut blocks it. So that's going to give me this entire lane. Look, there's no defender over here. There's no defender. We're able to take this entire way. Good little scramble. Good little scramble. That's a big deal. And we're going to go right back to PA, but over. I don't think he can contain me. Right? So we're going to see. He ends up shooting this gap. Like, I mean, geez. Great play by him. I think that's what he tried doing the play before. I have not seen this before. Watch this user right here. He's going to cut, or he's going to shoot right through here and sack me. And I'm like, oh. Nice. Okay. 2nd and 16. I go hurry up. I say, I see your user sack glitch blitz, and I raise you a hurry up. Let's see if you can do it again. 2nd and 16. Let's see what happens. We're looking, getting ready to snap this ball. My counter to it is that I'm just not going to hold the play action. I'm hoping he's going to do the same thing. He doesn't. Right, he ends up bailing out, so I'm just going to try to roll out this time. So my counter to it was just to take rid of the play action. We throw wide for a touchdown, and Jerry Rice doesn't get his feet in bounds. And that's pretty frustrating because now we're on a 3rd and 16 from the 25, which is a pretty tough situation. I'm basically looking for this crosser in the top left right here. I'm looking to be able to hit this wheel in this seam right about here, and then we're also going to have the opportunity to throw this out route in this seam right here as well on this 3rd and 16. This is a hard place to run a 3rd and 16 from because it's so close to the end zone too from the 25, right? He ends up sending 3, which is a good thing by him. Look at the shed right here though. Kills the play. My routes don't even get a chance to develop. And I have to kick 3, which means he's going to get a chance to go on a money drive. Really worked out perfectly for him, his clock management situation. And for me, I'm like, geez, this is not good. There is the argument right here that I should onside it to let him score quickly to give myself a chance for a money drive, but I still want him to drive the entire length of the field. I don't want to just give him anything. So he's at the 25. He starts it off with a counter, and we actually end up being able to tackle him for a gain of about 3. I'm totally cool with that because it's basically going to take this bad boy down to a 2-minute warning. He's cool with that. I'm cool with it. I'm just trying to get this game over with at this point. I need the clock to drip as much as possible, but he has 3 timeouts, more than enough time. And right here, I'm expecting him to be going big play happy. So we got to go deep corner, crosser, and then also got to be aware of this wheel right here, right? Same thing as usual, right? The same thing as usual. Ends up scrambling at Derrick Henry. That's something that I'm obviously on a guap drive. If I'm going to give up anything, that's the scramble I want to give up is right up the middle because it's such a scary thing to be able to consistently do for an offensive player. He audibles into tight slots. I'm expecting crosser, wheel. He ends up motion toted powered out. So now I'm like, I'm not sure what you're doing here. I'm just really, and you see me, this is kind of my I don't know what you're doing here defense, a cover 4 drop. With 2 flats, and we end up sending the 4-man at him. And I'm just going to try to use her over the middle of the field. We do a pretty good job. I try to get up to the crosser, and I believe, does he get cheated? He does. It was a tight throw. Right there, he got hit as he called it. 4th and 1. We have a chance to win the game. He's audibling again. And right here, he's no longer... I'm expecting him to look underneath. I honestly should go pretty aggressive right here. I should go aggressive. Instead, what I do is I go into match defense, which I'm happy with. I like the idea of match right here. Let's see what happens with the match. He's going to be able to step up. Oh, my gosh. And that's what I was talking about. Like, the up scramble right here, that's why I'm okay with giving up. We play perfect defense. We do. This is a hard throw. Jeez. This is a hard throw to make right here because John Lynch is right here. We have that manned up. That's not open. We're usering here. He could technically fit this in, but that's a wild read to make. And so we end up taking off with Derrick Henry. We get sheds. We have 2 people coming free in the 3-man. We have Richard Seymour coming. Look, gets hit right here. 4th and 1, he gets hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Carries him for a first down, keeping his season alive, or keeping his game alive, rather. I remember I'm trying to win this game to be able to make sure I can make the playoffs, put myself in a good position. Hands up, quick snapping after a no-huddle. Looking. Nothing's really there. He's able to scramble with Derrick Henry, and he gets tackled out of bounds. His D-hen should be getting tired right now, which is something which is good for me. Whenever your quarterback's tired, they're not going to run as fast, so throw power and accuracies get kind of messed up. Obviously, I'm happy about that. This is something that kind of confused me. He ends up going to deuce close right here, which I was not expecting really at all. He ends up running wham. Gets a big, that ends up being a big play for him. I was surprised he went to that. I believe it was because Derrick Henry was tired and he just thought it'd be a high percentage run play, which he's right, it was. We're in the cover 4 drop right here. I'm not totally sure what he's going to be doing. Ends up looking for this deep corner on the left side. He had it, but doesn't throw it. Scrambles up the middle at D-hen. Good gain up the middle this time. And I believe he's going to go a little turbo right here. He does. 27 seconds left. We're going to be going. He's going to try to get this snap off fast. He has 2 timeouts, though, so he can still, he has plenty of time. Have this wheel manned up. We're looking for the crosser. Look at this pass rush right here, dude. Our 4-man coming in free, screaming. Ends up taking a big sack right there. He has to call a timeout. 19 seconds left. 1 timeout now for him. So we're in a pretty good spot where just hold basically 30 yards for 20 seconds. Got to be able to hold him right here. You have to be able to. 2nd and 9. Let's see what he ends up doing. Same defense for us. He ends up audibling into trips right here. I believe I might actually call a timeout. Can I get a little spooked? Yep, that's what you should do in this situation. I don't need my timeouts nearly as much. Obviously, there's a chance I could use 1 or 2 of them here in the final 15 seconds or so, but I really don't need them, so I'm a little uncomfortable on defense. I end up setting my audible in case he audibles back over there again, and now I'm a little bit more prepared for that going into trips, because that is a kind of a tough audible going from bunch right to trips left. It's actually gun tray. It's tray Y flex he's going into. There's my defense is misaligned, and you're gonna see that he ends up flipping back into bunch, or actually into tight slots. So he's really just trying to play mind games with me at this point, trying to get me off-centered, off-balance on offense, or on defense rather. End up having this crosser. He has the opportunity to throw it right here. He throws it. He got cheated out of his mind. Oh man. He got cheated out of his mind. We've both now on our final drives thrown touchdowns that have been caught out of bounds. His right there, mine to Jerry Rice on my final play. That maybe have to kick 3. I hate that games come down to I hate that games come down to that. To be fair though, like I said, it happened both ways now, which is good to see at least. I would have been pretty upset if it only happened to me. Ends up auditing to this gun tray again. 3rd and 9. I end up pressing. My defense is super misaligned right here, but we're trying to take care of everything. Ends up going with this little cross concept. Runs up the middle again with Derrick Henry. 7 seconds left on the 16-yard line. He has no more timeouts. A tackle inbound kills this game. Comes out bunch right. I'm pretty certain he's going to end up audibling here in real time. That's what I'm thinking, but I obviously have to prepare for bunch. Ends up audibling to the tray Y flex again. You're going to see. You have to be wary of this seam right here. That's kind of one of the big deals is the seam. Ends up audibling out. Now he's in 5 wide. This is where I'm like, oh, geez, this is scary because you don't know what someone's going to do in this situation. Goes 5 wide, throws it up the seam. We get a knockout right here. And this is our final key point of this game. And we're going to pause right here. We're actually going to show you something. Is knowing your abilities. Big Richard Seymour, that's the one who got the knockout, has deep out zone KO right here. And that's where you saw me baseline press. I knew he would be in position to be able to make that tackle or make that hit on the receiver as he gets his hands to the ball. Now, there's still a chance they catch it, but there's also a pretty good chance that it's knocked out like that by Richard Seymour. Thankfully, our ability ends up bailing us out right there. That's what you spend that AP for. You need to utilize the abilities that you have on your team, and that's why I have him in a deep blue. It'd be stupid if I had Richard Seymour deep out zone KO and put him in a flat, right? That's why you saw me in cover 3, because both my outside corners have this ability, and both of them are in deep out or in deep outside zones, which are outside third. So while it's unfortunate for Noah, that is the game we play with AP, and that's something that I get to benefit from because I spent my AP correctly. Now, this is scary. 3 seconds left. Bunch offset. It's the final play of the game. This is scary as shit. What do? I end up setting my flats at 15 yards, and I go into man coverage. We end up going with double flats to 15 right here. Right? Man coverage. I'm curious what he ends up doing. I send the 4-man to be able to try to get some sort of pressure on him. He audibles back into bunch right here. We have everyone manned up. I know my user assignment. He ends up motioning this halfback out. This is where I go, okay, the halfback's my own user. I'm going to use the halfback. Halfback runs an angle route. I'm going to be cutting in right here. He throws it right to me. Boom. We get the user lurk. Awesome play. First time ran man all game, and it's in a situation where you had to. Whew. Huge win, boys.